YouTube, it's Brian Phillips. That's right, the Eratix SWS, the Sport Wood Series. 1.6 meters of beauty. We're gonna see if I can actually fly this thing. Here goes nothing. This thing is equipped with an AR 637 TA, and yes, it is actually a bind and fly, technically. But we had to set ours up because I wanted Flaprons. So watch our unbox build radio setup. There's the Flaprons. We also set up reverse thrust because that's customary for Brian Phillips RC. And without further ado, we're gonna go into forward thrust with takeoff flaps. Here we go. Oh yeah, it's in the air. Oh yeah, that's 30% throttle.
Okay.
Wow, that's 50% throttle. Holy cow. This thing is like Eratix. Eratix. Wow, it is really powerful. It's also a little bit pitchy. Yeah, you can knife edge really easy with it. Guys, Brian Phillips RC here is not a 3D aficionado. I don't even pretend to be one on YouTube. We copied the gains for the gyro from the bind and fly. Just so you know, you can do that thing. It's very easy. Camera crew, you good? Mm-hmm. Inside this time. Beautiful. Guys, it is so easy to hover. And then you've got power to pull out of it. No problem. 6S 5000, almost to the firewall, folks. If you're truly flying 3D, you're probably gonna push it back a little bit, I'm guessing. But I'm at 118 millimeters. And look at the slow flight performance, guys. It is amazing. No, you don't need to set up flaprons, especially if you've got reverse thrust. I'm guessing I can land this thing very slow. It's gonna be easy peasy, but everybody always says that until they actually have to do it. And that's part of the problem when you get these big planes. You never know it until you know it. And once you know it, it might be too late. Camera crew, a couple steps back. Very good, thank you. So 1600 millimeters, we've done bigger planes, guys, but I've also done big planes into trees. Oh yeah. So here on Brian Phillips RC, that is the tree that likes to eat them that I just went over. My left wing just went right next to it. That is my left wing, right? So if you like flying 3D, you're gonna love this plane. Oh yeah, it'll do it. It's got plenty of power. It's got plenty of authority. The AS3X Plus has it more or less locked in. It is not dead calm, although we thought we were gonna be waiting. Look at this knife edge. It's just like effortless, guys, effortless. Now imagine if I were really good at 3D, how awesome I could make this plane look. Guys, here on Brian Phillips RC, we don't pull any punches. When we know it's us, we know it's us. I think I'm better than I was 11 years ago, but I'm still not good like the guys that really get serious about 3D. And honestly, it's probably never gonna be my thing like it is for some people. I can finally fit between those trees, hon. Did you see that?
That's true.
Inside out. It just does everything. And then safe. Oh yeah, safe on my Eratix, guys. Check this out, look at this. It's just flying along like nobody's even there. Just staying level, perfectly level. Actually, it's flying really good. Good bank angles. Lots of rudder authority still. Look at that, it's like a perfectly flat turn. Man, the AS3X and Safe has the thing locked in. It's amazing. Like it's weirdly locked in. I mean, it's like I can barely get the thing to pitch with the rudder. Look at this. It's hilarious. You don't see that every day. Okay, out of that, can't handle it anymore. Beautiful sunset here. Yes, we did actually open up the throws too on this plane. And when I say I opened up the throws, I'm gonna turn up the gains a little bit for the AS3X, I just turned my knob all the way up, the rotary knob. I wanna see if I get any oscillation. Man, that feels a little bit more locked in now. Wow. That is so locked in now, holy cow. That would be closer to the commensurate bind and fly setup, because keep in mind, we had to factory reset ours. So when I set my settings in the unbox build radio setup, what I was setting was actually not correct, because I should have doubled it to make it the 50% point on the rotary knob. Do you follow what I just said?
Oh.
So I have my knob turned all the way up, so I have 100% of what they called out. And by the way, we did check, the settings were the same for all the different modes, okay? So check this out. I'm gonna show you how fast it snaps to, as soon as you let go, it snaps, it holds it. It's like, I feel like I'm flying a Synapse equipped plane. This is crazy. And yes, I have flown them. And they are glorious. I mean, AS3X is good, but Synapse is even better. But man, when you turn that knob up, there is no overcorrection whatsoever. It doesn't oscillate. And the controls are gigantic. They're huge, guys, they're huge. I mean, it's like you can do no wrong with this plane. Now in safe, oh, there we go, I finally found it. So in safe, evidently it will overcorrect. You guys saw the overcorrection just then. It was kind of self-correcting on the table too. You good? I'm with the wind, just so you know. And this is the crazy part, is just how dang easy it is to hold a trajectory. I mean, you can't do that with other planes, guys. This has got to be by far the nicest 3D plane we've ever had. And we've had some pretty good 3D planes over the years. This is by far, like far and away, the nicest 3D plane we have. Super symmetrical, upside down. It's like I'm at 30% throttle, 50% throttle there. And look how dang smooth it is. It just does exactly what you want it to. Oh, finally found some overcorrection there. Finally. Turn the knob back just a hair, so I'm at like probably 75% on my rotary knob. I don't know if you guys can see the position. It's kind of hard to tell on that thing. You see how it's pointed to the right? Mm-hmm. Remember, it doesn't go all the way around. It's not 360 degrees. Now, the other thing I want to find out is with the telemetry, am I going to be able to see the battery on this since I reset? Okay, going to safe, slowing down. Relax there, AS3X. You're not a fish. Okay. So I'm just gonna scroll over. Hey, stop that. Stop that. Cut it out. It's overcorrecting. Oh yeah, we still have it. We still have the thing. Look, the thing. Good. Okay, now, one of the reasons why safe is so dang nice is because you can do exactly what I just did there, which is take a second, look at the controls, figure out what's going on, make a quick decision, and then keep flying. And by the way, just because a plane can do insane things doesn't mean you have to, okay? You can just fly the thing like an everyday plane. You can fly it as a sport plane. It doesn't have to be flown as an insane 3D plane. Okay, I wanna see how the flaprons look. Here's takeoff flaps, flaprons. Now here's full landing flaps. That's 65%. Look how slow this thing is gonna go. It's gonna creep, guys. Look at the speed, it's barely moving. What the heck is going on there? That is so dang cool. I love it. I know it's totally unnecessary and ridiculous, and yet I love it. And it's a pretty big plane for our environment, but 1,600 millimeters. Again, we've done bigger planes. We've done more expensive planes. In fact, we just did one that was bigger and more expensive not too long ago. But man, I love the way this thing flies. My kid's gonna love it.
Yeah, he is.
Look at that vertical loft. What the heck just happened? Did I get thermaled? Guys, look at this. Look how slow it is. This is ridiculously slow. Going downhill, gaining no speed. That was a touch and went. Guys, I am really enjoying flying this plane. 5000 6S with gigantic flaprons. We'll show you exactly how to set it up as we did. No, you don't have to do any crazy elevator to flap tie, but you can. And guys, it's kind of like when you see the old guy driving around the Corvette Z06 and you're like, dude, press the gas pedal. You're going under the speed limit. And he's looking at you like, dude, I could press the pedal whenever I want. That's the way this plane is. It's like, you don't have to do anything you don't want to, and you could do anything you want to. That's the cool thing. Problem is, it's limited by the pilot, and that's why this video is not showing it in its full, true light. So guys, thanks for sticking with us. Brian Phillips RC here. We know my limits. You guys know my limits. I know my limits. I'm constantly testing them, trying to improve. But then again, at the end of the day, what a gorgeous flying experience, an absolute daydream flying experience. It was super windy today, doing dirt work for half the day or better. And now here it is, flying around an absolute award-winning, phenomenal looking, perfect performing plane. What more can you ask for the end of a beautiful week? This is fantastic. Look at that thing spinning. Reminds me of that one plane we got, Hun. Do you remember that one?
Which one?
That just did this like all the way to its own grave.
Yeah, that one I remember.
It didn't scream like that.
No.
I think it was called the Dart. It was like
it was the Alpha Strike.
The Alpha Strike. Yeah, that was such
How can you forget
turd.
that?
Oh, what a turd that thing was. No flaps here.
It's a great
with
video.
the wind. Look how much faster it is, guys. Not that I couldn't get it down, but I am just gonna tell you this, man, those takeoff flaps and landing flaps are gonna make this so much easier. Again, with the wind, I think I'm gonna try to set up for a landing here, like an actual landing. So check this out. I'm gonna go over this low point in the trees, okay? I just wanna see how slow I can get it. That was like a 4 feet landing. They didn't mention it was a STOL plane. So yeah, the only reason I did that is because we are at like 33% power. I wanted to see how hard it was gonna be to land, but we're gonna take back off. We're gonna do it with takeoff flaps this time, okay? Let's reverse thrust back into position. By the way, reverse thrust works really effectively on this. And what an absolute daydream it is to fly this thing. Get it up on the mains, walk it along, out of the flaps, there it is. It's kind of the usual split S pattern that I like to fly here on our property. Of course, it just makes for a really good demo pass. And yes, it is concise, it's tight, but that's the way I like to fly. I've been flying that way ever since we started flying and the Suns decided to make an appearance. Takeoff flaps, now landing flaps. We're gonna try, see if we can do a little bit more awesome looking landing. Oh, you know what I need to do?
What?
Grass hops. Let's do grass hops.
Okay.
We didn't show the people grass hops, but it'll do grass hops perfect. Wind from right to left currently as we're facing the plane. Landing flaps here. Now, if you guys fly in a long strip, you don't need flaps, but guess what? Not everybody flies from a long strip, okay? We are not flying from a long strip. Imagine that. Here it is, guys. Look at this. Ooh, that was rougher than it should have been, and it was no problem. In fact, those carbon fiber landing gear are so robust, it's almost ridiculous how robust they are. They are actual carbon fiber, and they are beautiful. This build went relatively smooth. It's a light plane. The wings come off in literal seconds. The thrust reverse takes a few minutes to set up. I think we had more trouble putting on the tail because I tried to cheat so I didn't have to undo both of the tail sections, the elevator sections. And I've got more battery. I wanna go a little bit more. We're gonna go a little bit more, guys. Let's do a takeoff from grass just to show people that that can be done too. All right, here goes nothing, full up elevator. Look at the full up elevator, it's just ridiculous. All right, so takeoff flaps just because I can. There it is. And absolutely no problems getting in the air. And if you guys are doing grass hops, you're gonna be fine on a shorter strip. By the way, wing fences are optional. They do not have to be installed. Full landing flaps now. Look at that thing go up. That is so cool. Okay, here we go. Just keep that thing flying, Brian. Here we go. Down the runway this time. There it is. Look at the angle of incidence. It's just so bizarre. And yes, the tail wheel, you'll notice me waggling that around because I was trying to get straight. But check this out. This plane, the tail wheel is attached underneath the rudder, but not at the same pivot point. So there is a rod that comes out and goes through a ball link. Then that's what actually manipulates the tail wheel. So if you guys do thrust reverse, just remember when they lead with the tail wheel, you gotta be a little bit careful you don't torque it too hard. If you guys can think back to like Draco, that one liked to spin around, or the Cessna 150T. I think this one's actually a little bit more robust. It's stronger, but it's definitely gonna, you know, it's not something you're gonna wanna go really hard on backward. Grass hops are no problem. And by the way, look at the turning radius. Even if you don't have thrust reverse, it's not an especially huge runway here, guys. We're probably talking 10 to 11 feet right here. And look at this, I can turn around and I can stay on the runway without thrust reverse. So just phenomenal ground handling. It just goes straight as an arrow. And no, we don't have any special tail wheels set up because we didn't need to. And even if we did, they're mechanically attached. Okay, no flaps this time. Taking off. Oh yeah, beautiful. And just like I said, you don't have to go into an immediate climb. You don't have to jank it into the atmosphere, and you don't have to fly 3D with this plane. You can fly it around as a sport plane and really enjoy it. Takeoff flaps change the angle of incidence, or at least the appearance of angle of incidence, quite a little bit. Oh, we're calm. I can land the other way now. Okay. So I'll land this way this time. And guys, this plane is relatively easy to fly. They call it a skill level 2, and I understand why. Okay, full landing flaps now. Look at that thing point down. It's so good. Look at this. And thrust reverse right where you want it. That's why I love thrust reverse, because you keep tail draggers from getting to the point where they even turn into squirrels, because you just stop them. Now, things I don't like about this plane. The build was longer than some other planes. It was totally worth it though. This plane is fantastic. It flies amazing. It seems to have infinite life here. Look at this. I still have like the same amount of voltage. I don't understand why it's not. It's like it's not running out. Huge prop, beautiful wood prop, gorgeous landing gear, wheel pants installed. The build is actually very quick. It's just that I was being super, super picky. And by the way, it looks so good in person. We've seen these before, but when you see a plane like this at Knoll, it's kind of like looking at a brand new Ford Escort at the Ferrari dealer. This is an awesome Ford Escort in the Ferrari dealer, but it's still a Ford Escort compared to what you're seeing at Knoll, where the planes are 4 times as big and 10 times as expensive.
Exactly.
But boy, oh boy, in this environment, it makes it look like a Ferrari again. Yeah. And so I am really, really happy with that. I hope that analogy makes sense. I don't mean to cut anybody, because this is a great plane, okay? 1600 millimeters, it's gotta be one of the best 3D planes we have. And we have a couple other good wood balsa planes. And not to mention, we have the Timber SWS 2 meter. It's bigger, it's expensive also, and it's very capable. But I'll tell you what, this thing flies so good. It's all the things I want in 3D, even though I'm not that good at it. And I have flown some big, and I'm talking big, like 30-inch prop, gassers, twin cylinder gas engines. They're not mine. And so I have to be really careful with them. Something like this, I can get up, I can toss it around, I can actually do the things I want to do. I don't have to worry if I break a wing off. That's on me. Oh, speaking of breaking wings off, let's look inside of here. Throttle cut is on, forward thrust is currently engaged, okay? So, check this out. Pop the hatch. By the way, tinted glass, looks spectacular. There is an optional bracket here. Well, this bracket is not optional, but there's an optional pilot you can get. See where the battery is? Is way up there. But look at these wing releases. Look at this. Release and down or up, okay? And it'll lock it out of position. And then you can take that wing off, okay? It's seconds. I did, full disclosure, adjust my screws to tighten in the actual contact point on the wing. They were a little bit more loose than I was comfortable with. But if you do that, just be super careful that you actually leave enough clearance so that you can actually release the thing, okay? Because you got to be able to pull the thing out, okay? Now, once that's forward, make sure it's locked all the way forward, just like if you were doing this, and that's spring loaded. But all this stuff comes installed. I don't even have to put the receiver in, okay? Which it is glued in. It's just they also have a strap around it, which is kind of interesting. And because of that carbon fiber spar, I don't even know for sure. That might be something else. That might not be carbon fiber now that I look at it. But they've got the antennas in a diversity configuration. You don't have to do that. You don't have to build all these little tabs that are super small, and everything that is balsa has a wrap of carbon fiber to reinforce it, okay? The important parts. So that means this whole section is reinforced, but hollow where it needs to be so that it can be light. And I'm telling you, this thing is light. But look where the battery is, guys. We put our shelf liner in here like we normally do, and I thought the battery was gonna be back here. Ample points to put straps, okay? You can run this on a bigger battery if you want. They suggest changing the prop if you go to a bigger 7,000 milliamp hour 6S. I don't know why, but probably because they figure the ESC is gonna get hot. But boy, oh boy, what a gorgeous plane. Oh, and if you like the look without the wing fences, they come off in seconds. Loosen, 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 slide. In fact, let's give them a quick sorties with those off. I'm just gonna tighten the screws. You can leave them in, or you can take them out. Oh, and this plane comes with a wing bag. That's the first wing bag I've ever had.
Yes.
And so if you wanna put your wings in a wing bag, you can do that. And I think they have a pocket for all the surfaces. Yes, you can quick detach everything on this plane with the exception of the small vertical stabilizer as part of the fuse, okay? So you can actually take off the rudder. One screw slides over, pin pulls, and then of course you'd have to undo the control surfaces, but they're all ball link. Let's see how this looks without the wing fences. It looks really good, actually. I kind of like the wing fences, but now that I took them off, I'm like, holy cow, it looks really dang good now. Okay, so Mother Nature has decided to add some extra incentive to do this quick because the sun is setting.
Yes.
I'm also just gonna show you guys, we're good on voltage.
Okay.
Okay, so take off flaps. Actually, I'm just good. I'll back taxi here so we can take off into the sunset. Man, that looks really, really good without the wing fences. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, so good. It's just no problem, guys. It just does all the stuff. It's so dang good. Oh man, it looks really good without those things on there. We're gonna have to have a whole nother flight now, hon.
Oh, jeez.
And it's so funny, we didn't think we'd be able to fly tonight. We thought we were gonna be up against sunset, but we just lucked out. Look at that windsock, just limp. Love it, guys. It's so much fun flying these planes. I wanna see if I can set up, oh, that's a critically low. Well, how about I do this? I'm gonna land, since I got a critically low burst, I'm gonna go into efficiency mode, take off flaps deployed. I don't know how this is gonna do with landing flaps now. I bet it's not gonna balloon quite the same, but the angle of incidence perceived is still really high. Dang, that looks so gorgeous in the sun. Up against the green. Oh man, it's so good. It's so good. Oh yes. Oh, I love it. Throttle cut is on. Yes, I did take it to low voltage warning, just so you guys know, because that's the way I like to do it. And by the way, I set a 5-minute timer, 18 minutes and 55 plus 5, minus the time on the ground to take off the wing fences and talk. So let's call it 12, 13 minutes of flight time on a 5,000. That's amazing. Okay, I love this plane. It's really good. I didn't think I would. I thought it would be very mediocre. In the very mediocreville, because I'm not a huge 3D guy. But I'll tell you what, you get planes like this, it might just turn you into a 3D guy. because this plane really feels good on the sticks. Let me give you an example. 330 extra, right? Bind and fly, E-flite offering, very good. You are never gonna have the power to punch out of a situation like you do with something like this, okay? On that plane, okay? At least as stock. You know, if you're gonna be doing upgrades and stuff like that, you can get whatever you want, right? But just out of the package, running stock packs, you're not gonna get that, okay? This thing, you have the confidence that comes from having just so much, like this is how much extra power you have, and then this is what you need. So you got this to get you out of the hole. I mean, you're taking off on like 20% throttle. The ceiling of additional power buys you comfort as a non-skilled 3D pilot, as a low-hour pilot, okay? So I love it. It flies good. It does all the stuff good. It looks good. It's beautiful, and it's gonna stay that way because balsa wood planes, let's look at the plane. We're gonna back taxi it here. When you get a balsa wood plane like this, it's gonna be around for more than a few minutes. It's not gonna age out. It's not gonna wear out like you might get with some certain foam planes. And that's not to beat up on foam plane, guys. We love foam planes. That's what we fly most of the time. They're great. But I'll tell you what, there is a time, there is a place for higher quality balsa wood aircraft that you can fly like you stole. And I'm gonna tell you what, if you want to have an Eratix experience, holy cow, look no further than the Eratix SWS 1.6. You're gonna have a blast, even if you're not a 3D aficionado. And let's just be honest, guys, you don't have to be an aficionado to enjoy and appreciate a piece of elegant beauty like this. So check it out. Links are in the video description below. You will support Brian Phillips RC with financial support from the commissions on sold products from those links. But at the end of the day, guys, we just want to support the hobby. If you don't want to support us in that way, you can send us money at PayPal. You can be a member on Patreon. You can be a member on YouTube, or you can be a super thanker on YouTube. Any of them are always appreciated. But at the end of the day, I would much rather you talk your wife into buying this plane than talk your wife into supporting Brian Phillips RC with a $10 gift or something like that. Because I love this plane, and I know you will too. If it's not in the cards for you, there's a lot of other amazing choices. Check out brianphillipsrc.com, or you can just head to bprc.me if you don't know how to spell my name, and that's totally okay. bprc.me. Hit enter. You're there. Compare and contrast this to the profile plane that started it, the Eratix or the Eratix Ultra Micro. Both very fun. Do they fly anything like this? Kind of, maybe. They're airplanes. So check it out. You can also compare this against other 3D planes that we've done in the past. And there are some competitive brands that we've done that are very good. But I will say, I love this plane. It's really good. And what did we just do? We just did a plane for Horizon right before I went to Null.
The Valiant.
The Valiant. And it is amazing. I really, really like that plane. But I'll tell you what, where that plane lacks in power, over the top power, this plane makes up for it in every way, okay? So when you want to get out of the hole with the Valiant on 6S, you can do it. On 4S, it's like, oh, I can't do that anymore. So don't start with 6 and go to 4 on the Valiant. But on this thing, holy cow, you got so much ceiling, you're gonna feel comfortable doing all the risky maneuvers. So guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching this. Thanks for being part of Brian Phillips RC. You can see the background. We got a little dirt work. You can see over here, we've got excavators. Yes, they're pulling gigantic lines. In fact, let's show them one other stupid angle. The unboxed build radio setup is there for your viewing pleasure. But before we let you go, we're gonna show you some holes in our yard because you're here for holes in the yard. Look up there, dirt work up there. That's yours truly, trying to fix rough in. I cannot wait to get my yard back. I am dying to get my yard back. It's been 2 years of crap, always being torn up, flags everywhere. Guys, look at these giant things. Look at this. This is what we have. We're doing 2 of these 2.5-inch lines for power, and then one 1-inch line they're going to another box that's gonna be 4 feet by 3 feet. And it's gonna be over there where that post is. And then there's gonna be another one where that excavator was. And then that's gonna feed 1 2.5 over to the wall where there's gonna be some shutoffs for the firemen, just like this. And then there's gonna be one that goes underneath to the 10 by 10 hole that we left in there. And then the 1 inch is gonna go in there as well. So it's just going all over the place, and it's gonna help us facilitate the damn gift shop's power needs and data needs. We already got the water there. We already got the septic system there. So this has been like 5 months waiting for this step. And the guy is here and he's doing great work. And no, it's not the guy I hired at first. So, because at the end of the day, sometimes things go smooth and then sometimes life happens. So, we can't wait to show you what it's gonna be like when it's all said and done. But let's enjoy this sunset. I know the exposure is gonna get all screwed up. Guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for being with us on Brian Phillips RC. We don't do all this stuff because we're not crazy RC enthusiasts. On the contrary, we do. Because we're really in love with this hobby. We're not just doing it for a quick buck. Believe me, whatever was earned is long gone. So I really love aviation. I really love RC, and I really love helping this community of people that love planes just like that. So help support us, buy the stuff from the links, support us on Patreon, PayPal, whatever works for you. And if you don't like this or you're not into 3D and you just won't be convinced, then check out brianphillipsrc.com or bprc.me. You can find exactly what you need right now, and we'll get you out of the chair and into the air by telling the full truth. Nothing but the truth, so help us God. Help us do it. Stay tuned, so much more. Click the bell, be subscribed. You'll know what's coming. We'll help get you there. Thanks for watching.